Hi there, welcome back. I have a book haul today. It's just a tiny little book haul, but it's a book haul. Who doesn't like a book haul when you're a junk journaler? I certainly enjoy one. Let's do a little catch up here on the Children's Hour. I think she turned out great. I did what I said I was going to do. I used the smaller vintage brads up in the corners, and I think they turned out nice. They're not too brilliant gold. One was a little slightly bit golder than the other, but that's what happens when you make a junk journal out of junk. You're using what you've got. So I'm really happy with how she turned out, and you can see I've been working on signatures. I finished playing around with the cover before I sealed it again. I just sprayed the whole thing, so this got another sealing, which is fine. It certainly doesn't hurt it. I played around with some ink and put some coffee ring stains and some little drip marks and some little dirt marks up there. So this book has come a long way from when, if you've been watching all along, it looked surprisingly brand new. Like, honest to goodness, brand new. It looks like whoever had it in an airtight container over the past umpteen years. For a book that was published somewhere between 1932 and 35, it looked like it was published somewhere between 2022 and 25. So much as it was nice to arrive in such lovely condition, we can't have it look that way. It's got to have character. And character comes with patina, and if it doesn't arrive with the patina, we make the patina. So I'm happy with how that turned out. I used almost like a dry brush technique, using a really dark brown ink and then also using gold ink and a big brush. So I used this like a dry brush and just going in the same direction, so it almost looks like a wood grain. Almost might have made a nice forest lore book at one point, but that title is just too yummy to not have it be devoted to children, or at least like a mini devotion. This is going to be mostly naked, and the price will be adjusted for that. So this is definitely a skinny dip journal, as opposed to a full-blown Sunnyside journal, but it's going to be lovely anyways. Nevertheless, I'm doing my favorite part, the cover. I think the cover is always my favorite. Just love creating the covers. So I only put that in there so that you could see eventually what it's going to look like. What was it? Oh, Edith's All Sorts book. Oh, that was a fun journal to make. Edith's All Sorts book. I'll have to make a new card to put in there, and the new owner can name it whatever they wish to name this little beauty. Gosh, she's cute with her little black curly hair. If her eyes were blue, I'd feel like it was me. I remember as a little girl, we always wore dresses, even to play in every day. If you were a little girl, you wore a dress. I was telling my granddaughter was visiting the other day. Oh my goodness, I've got to show you the artwork she made me. When you're lucky enough to have 18 grandchildren, some are interested in artsy craftsy things, and others are interested in other things, but the ones that like artsy craftsy Usually if they come over for a visit, I'll get a little whisper in my ear at some point saying, "Can we go up to your room?" And so Audrey came to visit. It was her birthday. And the artsy craftsy ones usually get artsy craftsy stuff. So she got a big bag just chock full of, like, there was a pad of 500 white pieces of paper, all for her, and in markers and glue and pencil case and stickers, and she was in heaven. And she even got, I found a notebook, but it was pink and furry. That was the best. That was the best part. A pink furry notebook. So do I need to remember to do that? Maybe make a junk journal that's pink and furry. Anyhow, she decided to do a picture of her and I. And here's the picture that says, so that's, in case you're wondering, that's me with the curly hair, with the salt and pepper curly hair and my glasses on. And my favorite color's red, so I have a red t-shirt on. And this is Audrey, and we're holding hands, and we love each other. And yes, right now she does have blue hair. You can get the fun colors nowadays. They enjoy doing that, and blue's her favorite color, so she gave herself a blue t-shirt. And then I got lots of X's and O's, and then it says from Audrey, and then it says Audrey there, because this is, she said, that's cursive writing, but I thought I'd print it as well, just in case for you. So maybe in case I can't read cursive writing. It's very thoughtful of her. Anyhow, so that's the latest piece of artwork to go up on my wall, and I feel very lucky indeed. Look how beautiful that is. What a happy child. and then she messaged me later. I love the Facebook Children's Messenger because we can chat online. And she messaged me later. She did a voice message, and it was just so cute. And it said, "Thank you for all." She, in a tiny little voice, she said, "Thank you for all my crafty things, and I love you too." And oh, melt my heart. Anyhow, so that's up on the wall now with the other artwork from the artist grandchildren in the family. They all have talents, and some are in different areas. Some are athletic, and others are, their brains are like computers now. So they know about creepy crawly animals or things like that. Anyhow, got off topic. So I had fun here. I've been working on doing a few little extras to just put into the signatures. They're going to be mostly blank. They're going to be for the new owner to embellish themselves, but I am going to be adding lots of I've been going through some of my books and just cutting out Dick and Jane type little fussy cuts. Look how cute. And I'll put those on a few of the pages, and then otherwise no tags, no, minimal, and it'll be up to the new owner to have fun. This is going to be about it for what I do for, I just want to sew on a few pages because it's hard to sew in a text block once it's been all put together into a book. So I wanted to sew, so I wanted to put that in now while I can, and Gee, I like how that turned out. That's just makes me happy when it works out well. I felt like it needed glue rather than masking tape. I don't know what makes me make my mind up, but anyhow, I headed up to Kirby, the namesake of my little fluffy friend who's laying down on the floor there yesterday. Or pardon me, today. Yesterday she had she was on strike. I don't know if any of you have a fussy dog that sometimes will just refuse to eat. This dog, she will just refuse to eat. And she's not sick. She just refuses to eat. But she can only go so long refusing to eat, and then she will make her tummy upset. And I can't figure her out. I found this, and I've never seen this before. Let me see if I can come up a bit. I can come up a little bit. And if it looks familiar, and that might look familiar. You know my gardening diary that I grab whenever I can? This is from the same company, Lee Valley, and it's for people who bird watch, so they can keep track of the birds that they find. When was this published? 1999. I'm going to have to take it apart and start tea dyeing, but fall is coming, so that's good, because that means the furnace will soon be going on at night. But once we get into it, you'll see there's great pages, and they're nice and big, which I like. I've got a lot of big books that I really, you know how I've been sort of stewing about, do I make them, do I not make them? They cost so much to ship, but I think when I make the big books, I will make they'll definitely be skinny dip books. That way I can charge less for them. And so the new owner, it won't be such a investment. I look at it that way, an investment. And then they can make it their own. I'll get it started for them, but these are going to look really marvelous when they're tea dyed. Look how nice. Oh, and then there's lots of pages that have room for journaling on, and then collaging on. See what I mean? It's like look at this, recipes for bird food. Oh, it's wonderful. Look, imagine seeing all these birds. My first father-in-law, I know I say it every single time, but my goodness, I miss that man every single day. There isn't a day goes by I don't miss that man. He had friends who were like avid bird watchers, like the kind that would fly to Papua New Guinea to see birds of paradise in the wild. Like they're that kind of bird watcher. And I bet they've got books that are just chock full of, what day they saw it and when, and all the pertinent information. Anyhow, I just, for $1, because it was my little Kirby book sale, I just thought I had to get this. There was enough pages that I thought were interesting, especially with all the names of birds and the Latin there. It leaves room for collaging with all those fussy cut birds that I have. Isn't that beautiful, that cover? So this is the bird version of that garden book. It weighs a ton. Now, what else did I get? I only got 6 books. Now, you're not going to believe it, because I bet there's going to be some of you out there that remember, and that you're definitely going to think in your mind, yeah, Catherine, you are losing it. For this book, for the Children's Hour, I wanted some Eloise Wilkins to fussy cut and put in and use. And rather than making journaling cards, I'm just putting in some fussy cuts on some printed pages. And I knew that I had recently purchased a copy of Prayers for Children. I think that's the best one for getting really beautiful pictures by Eloise Wilkins to fussy cut for journals. And do you think I could find it? And I know I bought one recently. And it's not inside my atlas. And those of you who know will know what I mean by that. And it's not... I pared down. I used to have literally hundreds of golden books back when I thought that's all I ever wanted to make in my life. And now I have a stack maybe about that thick. So whatever that would be. Maybe there's maybe 10 there, 12. I can see it up there. And I must have gone through it 12 times thinking it's got to be in there, because I know I bought it recently, because it's my favorite one for fussy cutting, not to make a journal out of. And do you think I could find it? I couldn't find it, but I knew my Kirby book sale would have it, and sure enough, so I was able to get this up at the Kirby book sale for $1. And it's just got beautiful, beautiful pictures by Eloise Wilkins, and of the little boys and girls. Look at that with the mommy and then happy home. Look at that. Oh, I've used so many of these so many times. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is one of the newer ones where she redid it. See, that's how I know. I've got one somewhere, because I talked about how you'll know you have a vintage one when all the children in the book are white. And then in later years, thank goodness she was still alive, she redid some of the artwork to better convey the beautiful rainbow of colors that children come in. And so this is a newer one. And this is one of my favorite pictures with the babies. So the little baby birds and the robin, because, you know, I love robins. So I found that one, and then I found this one. Let's see if this is new. This is old. There's no barcode on it. So that's an old one. I'll have to find out. And it's got some beautiful pictures. Canada geese. And they even did it. They even wrote it correctly. There's a lot of people around the world that think that they're called Canadian geese, and they're not. It's a Canada geese. Canada goose, Canada geese, if there's more than one. Not Canadian geese. Yeah, 1958. Look at that. The copyright. But that doesn't mean this one. There's a way to tell. I'll have to look it up again. Anyhow, look at that. With the little wren. I love wrens. How can you not love a little bird that likes to perch on twigs with its little bum up in the air? Chickadees. This is a cute one. Oh, there's some more Canada geese. So cute. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful book. Look at all those babies. What a gifted artist. That woman was a gifted... Look how sweet. Oh, I'm going to enjoy putting some of these in the book. Purple Martins. Beautiful. So I was able to find those. Happy. I knew it. I knew they'd have it. I found this little book. I've used one before. It's a series of books. If it looks familiar, I made one. It was Lorna Doone, and I made it into a Christmas journal. Oh, let's come back down. So it's just a little wee fella, 4 1/4 by 5 3/4, but it's got nice, it's an inch thick, so it's a good sized little book. And the plain cover lends itself to oh, look, there's lots of handwriting from the first owner or previous owner. It's a nice size to make a journal out of. 1922, so it's really old. Isn't that nice? So I was happy to find this one. Scott's Quentin Durward. I've never heard of this. L. Marie Rundle. Form 5. I'm going to have to look up and see if Miss Rundle lived in our area. I like when there's an unusual name, because 1905 originally. If there's an unusual name, an unusual last name, and they lived in my area, I can usually find them. So I was happy to find that little book. I'm getting very choosy. I really shouldn't be buying any more books, but I keep thinking about my second father-in-law. I've been blessed with 2 wonderful father-in-laws in my lifetime. Oh, that's my text messages. I think I mentioned before, I loved that, I think it was the age of 84, he needed a new passport, and he got a 10-year passport at 84, and I thought, bless your heart, you good man, you plan on traveling. Anyhow, this is a really cool book. Modern Masters of Etching. There was 2 of them there, but I wasn't greedy. I only took one. And I just love all the pages. Look at all the polka dots. I'm not sure what they're. Let me see if I can bring the camera up higher. There we go. 1927. And it's a nice size for fitting into journals. And so many things about the pages are awesome for journals, because it's got vellum with some cool typing on it there. So that would make a cool folio just using that. And then it's got etchings that can be taken off carefully and used, so the etching can get used, and then the blank paper, which is also blank on the other side, can also get used as a folio in a signature. So every single one is isn't that cool? And it's just chock full of these cool, really interesting etchings. Look at that. Isn't that neat? I love that. Let's see what that is. A Venetian festival. Wonder what that is. Is that New York City? Yep, New York. New York, New York. So nice. They named it twice. All right, so I was happy with this and that it's not too big. And I love, look at the cover of that. If I don't make it into a journal for someone else, I should make it into a watercolor journal for myself. And once I take out the guts, fill it with watercolor paper for myself. Any other books? Oh, this one. Yeah, I needed another Christmas book, like a hole in the head. But it's a graphic celebration. And it's just got lots of beautiful, unusual Christmas pictures. So, who knows? But I couldn't leave it there. For $1, I couldn't leave it there. Aren't they beautiful? Norman Rockwell. Beautiful. Norman Rockwell. So cute. Look at that little angel. 1920. So I love that one. I have to put that into my, I have all my Christmas stuff fits into one big Tupperware bin under my desk here. And then as I was leaving, Kevin was working outside at the picnic table where people can drop off books to donate. And he was going through them because, as I've explained, in our area, we can recycle text blocks, but we cannot recycle text covers. And then he explained it to me today because I asked him, I said, don't you think that's strange that we can recycle the paper text block, but we can't recycle the cover? Hold on, she's into something. And he was explaining that part of the recycle process, because they of course found out when they were starting to recycle, they don't accept all books. And when they were starting to put out recycling, when they started having the book sale and found out from the municipality, you've got to take the covers off. Apparently they get ground up, and the blades that chop up the text blocks can't chop through the covers. So fortunately they have a gentleman who owns a farm out in the area, and apparently it's okay with the municipality to burn the covers. So he was going through the books to the ones that they weren't going to keep, and separating text blocks from covers. So I just grabbed this because I thought this nice plain brown, even cut in half, would make great if I want to make a book from scratch. That's like, if you cut that down there, that's the perfect size. 2 of those is the perfect size to create a new book cover, or else it's also a great size to create a journaling board to put into a book. So I grabbed that one, and then this one was going in too, and he said, "You want that? 1964." And I said, "Oh yeah." And he said, "I didn't know you'd like books like that." And I said, "Look at that calendar." I said, "That's fantastic." And that amazed him that I liked that, and it had, somebody had put some postcards into it. Oh, Season's greetings. Merry Christmas, Norma. Anyhow, so I liked everything about it. I liked the artwork, and I liked the unusual calendar on the other side. Marc Chagall, Edouard Degas. Beautiful. Modigliani. Vincent van Gogh. Apparently, to pronounce his name properly, apparently, unless you actually are Dutch, it's virtually impossible to correctly pronounce Vincent van Gogh's. Us over here in North America, we call him Van Gogh. The British people, the videos that I've watched, like I love the channel Perspectives, they pronounce it Van Gogh. And but apparently I learned actually from Perspective that unless you are Dutch, it's such an unusual last name to pronounce, which is why they think that he often simply signed his paintings Vincent, because as he traveled through Europe, it was just impossible to get anyone to properly pronounce his last name, and he gave up and just went by Vincent. And you got to know you're famous when you can be a one-name person. So Vincent, I forget how they actually, I watched a video on it and listened to actual people, native tongue, pronounce it. Van Gogh. Oh, I wouldn't know. I bet Anna would know. I bet she would know how to pronounce it properly, and I'm probably way off course. Anyhow, I was happy to grab that, and that was going to get tossed in the garbage, so that wasn't even $1. That was free. And then I found this, and I said, "Oh, can I have this?" And he said, "Are you kidding me? You want that?" And I said, "Yeah, look at that. That's fantastic. Business letter writing? Pittman. Love it." I said, do you still have the text block? And he said, "Oh yeah, it'll be in the other box over there." So he actually went over and found it for me. I said, "I'll do it. I'll go look for it." And he said, "No, don't worry about it." Look at that with the regular typing font. This is just a great book. I forget what year it is. 1950. That's fantastic. Love it. Oh, wait. Reprint it, 1952. Halifax County High School. Wow. Dorothy Marie Conrad. Business College. Anyhow, so I was happy to get that, and because it was going to go in the garbage, that was free too. So there we go. Tiny little book haul. I think I spent $6, but I got, I think, 9 books because 3 in a way were free because they were going to be going in the garbage. I really love this one. This might be my next journal that I make. Very excited about it. Isn't it funny, the books that appeal to you, that at one time when I first started making junk journals, I might have looked at that and went, "Ooh, that's not pretty." And now, of course, I look at it and I go, "Wow, that's really cool." So, I mean, just that alone tells me what a perfect cover for a journal. I mean, a journal really is, you're writing a letter to yourself, or you're writing a letter to your future self or your future friend or family who may read it, if they're lucky enough. Anyhow, I'm really wandering off topic. I need to go finish some signatures for the children's hour, and start putting that book together. So thanks for joining me today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope if you have a long weekend this weekend, I hope you're able to relax and enjoy it. If not for the whole weekend, at least for part of it. And we're going to barbecue tonight, so that'll be nice. Looking forward to that. I like that because my job is make the salad. I can handle salad. And Sweetie Pie's job is cooking the rest of the dinner out on. I don't barbecue. The barbecue scares me, and it's funny because I have a gas range in my kitchen, but for some reason I don't like barbecuing, but I am very comfortable cooking with my gas range. There's a weird bit of information about me. All right, I really gotta go. I'm doing one of those long goodbyes. Goodbye. See you soon. Have a great day. Bye.